I'm inspired in my defiance today by the fact that the Trump administration is doing everything that they possibly can in order to not pay SNAP benefits. Even though a judge has criticized them for politicizing the hunger of Americans, and he has ordered them to pay these benefits by today, the Trump administration is appealing this order. There is no reason to do this other than to actively cause harm to everyday Americans who are struggling right now. The political games that are going on right now around the shutdown should be separate from feeding hungry Americans. If we cannot agree that everyone deserves at least to eat within our country, we are really struggling to find that common ground. We should be able to look at one another and see the shared humanity. It is cruel to say to someone that because of the political decisions of our leaders, you don't get to eat this week. We should never use hunger as a political weapon, especially because we know how much of an impact it will have on the most vulnerable in our society. This should be a no-brainer for everyone across the political spectrum. But there are some working in this administration that are actively trying to destroy the safety net that we all rely upon. And for them, empathy is not a virtue, but instead a vice. They could never imagine themselves in the position of needing this type of assistance. They believe that they are above it. And that to me is the worst kind of condescension. It is the worst kind of elitism. That you believe you are more than one generation, more than one medical emergency away from poverty. But we aren't. We are not better than those who struggle with food scarcity. In fact, we are not better than anyone else. And those that are trying to drive a wedge between those who are unemployed or underemployed and those who have a full-time job with benefits are trying to sell us on the idea that we cannot have class solidarity, that we are so unalike because of political beliefs, because of where we live. But we are not so very different. Everyone deserves to live, to have food in their bellies, to not go to bed hungry. And we should be able to guarantee this to one another and not make it a political game. The Trump administration should not be pushing back on giving SNAP benefits. They should be advocating for it. They should be doing everything that they can to give people the services that they need and deserve. I'm also inspired today by the fact that Pete Hegseth is doing a grand purge of military leaders that he does not believe are either sufficiently loyal or have exactly what it takes. And what it takes is absolute loyalty to Donald Trump. Without any explanation or reasoning behind it, he has tried to purge these leaders. He is trying to actively dismantle the leadership, creating chaos within a system that does not need it. It shows a disregard for expertise, as well as any kind of structure that predates his position of power. This is a move that lacks integrity. It lacks reasoning, and it shows just how fractured they are trying to make another locus of power within the government and within the nation. If there's no one there to push back, if only the loyal can survive within this system, then there is very little hope that they will not try to use the military to hold on to power. It should cause us all to be alarmed when civilian leaders are trying to restructure the military in their own image. This is a political takeover that's going to lead to a lack of readiness in actual conflict. Pete Hegseth does not care about the privacy or the security of everyday Americans. Rather, he only cares about control. And we must stand in defiance against that. And finally, I'm actually inspired by a new Politico poll that says that no single Democratic leader gets a majority of support. I find this incredibly heartening because it actually means that we need a coalition in order to create the opportunities for our future. There is not one single leader. There is not a Donald Trump on the left. And that is a good thing. We don't want kings. We don't want rulers over us. Rather, we want people who understand our localities, the places where we come from, who are actually those people and not separate from us. We don't need a preferred party leader. We don't need to rally behind a single idea, because solutions in this era are not simple. We need many people's ideas. We need a large tent. We need everyone banding together in order to say, this is who we are. There is no singular figure that can dictate terms, and that is our strength. You have to come to all of the constituencies in order to earn our votes. We are not going to go down as a cult of personality. We are not going to have a single rallying cry other than solidarity. When many voices contribute, our vision becomes richer. It becomes more impactful. And ultimately, it becomes more resilient in the face of opposition. This is what democracy looks like. Not a single leader, but all of us as leading. If you've gotten this far in the video, you must have found something you liked or possibly hated. So do all of those normal things, like leaving a comment below, liking, or subscribing to the channel. But just know that I'll be here every weekday, inspired in my defiance. And I hope you will be too.